We have Lucia, Yidhari, Banyue, Dialyn, Zhao, and Shungguang. Out of all of those characters, which one are you the most excited for? Now, of course, we don't have the details about every single one of these characters, but we can speculate and we can talk about some of the little tidbits that we do have on these characters. Starting off with Lucia. Now, Lucia is probably the easiest character to say yes or no to, depending on your taste. If you like Rupture Agents, you should probably get Lucia. If you don't like Rupture Agents, you probably shouldn't get Lucia, right? It's kind of just that simple. So far, she's been pretty good for my account. I only have Yizhuan and Monato, the only Rupture Agents that there are right now. She's pretty good. She does what she's supposed to do within her respective power. I don't have her W engine. I only have the Rena signature one that has pin ratio on it. So I'm not getting the full effect of what Lucia can do, but it's definitely obvious to see the increase. And she is fun too. She's not somebody who's just doing nothing. She is somebody who has a lot of flashy moves and stuff like that. So she's more respective to Yuzuha as to Astra. Astra is just sitting there singing while Yuzuha is doing a bunch of actions and moves. You'll get the same sort of thing with Lucia here. Personally, I have nothing bad to say about Lucia at all. It's pretty much just up to you. Do you want to play Yidhari? Are you gonna play Monato? Do you have Yizhuan? Are you pulling for Banyue? And then also you have the Rupture Agents that are gonna be in the future as well. She is definitely a safe bet if you're gonna like a Rupture Agent. And like I said, you don't know what the future holds past what we know of. So she's just a safe bet, but you have a couple of options. If you like Lucia and you like Rupture, go ahead and get her. If you, for whatever reason, don't like Lucia, you always have Banyue, right? So you're always going to have at least somebody to help you out with Rupture, even if you don't have or pull for Lucia. And not to mention her M1 is similar to Astra's, where it's all attribute res. So you can have that debate whether M1 is going to be more important for you or the W engine. But honestly, in this case, M1 might be more favorable if you're a huge Monato fan, because Monato is on this banner. So if there's any banner to try and get Monato M6, it's probably this one. Then we have Yidhari. God dang. I'm sorry. I've played Yidhari in the new endgame mode, the trial version, so she's not going to be all that powerful. I've played her in the story, and I've played her in the little TV schedule for Lucia. She is very, very visually pleasing, as I do say so myself. But as far as gameplay goes, it just didn't really hit for me. It really didn't. In my opinion, I just kind of feel like they really just took that character they had, the actual Lucia from the beta, reused some of her assets, and just kind of slapped together a character and called it a day. Her gameplay is the, you know, spin to win sort of gameplay. You lose your health, you can get it back. But I don't know, it just kind of felt like I wasn't really doing much, you know? I don't want to have a final verdict on her because she's not even fully released yet. But from the gameplay I've had so far, I just wasn't really impressed, you know? She uses her tentacles a little bit, but not enough. Not as much as you would think they would have. I mean, come on. This is Zenless Zone 0. You know what the community is going to do with this character. Come on. Like, the tentacles just are not being used as much as I would have hoped for them to be used. But that's okay. Overall, the feel of the character is just not really hitting for me. And that's a huge thing for me when it comes to Zenless. But either way, you do have an ice DPS, a rupture ice DPS. So she'll have the whole sheer damage bonus and the defense shred. And obviously she'll have a signature supporter right next to her, who is Lucia. So she'll have the power, she'll have the strength, she'll have everything that she needs to perform. But that's really just up to you. Do you like her gameplay yourself? Do you think that she's someone who you can see in the long run? That's what it depends on, really, because it's just another DPS, you know? There's other ice DPSs. Obviously, they are catering towards Rupture right now, so things will probably work in her favor in the near future. But personally, I don't know, man. I can't. It's just not really all that crazy. Especially if we talk about the upcoming characters after her. Let's talk about Dialyn. Dialyn is... She has some information in the beta right now, and let's just say the first cycle of her stuff, her kit, it kind of seems way too good to be true. So we're all assuming she's going to be nerfed in the near future because right now it's kind of crazy, and we know that Zenless betas are very hectic, so anything could change at any moment entirely. But Dialyn is a physical stun agent, and it doesn't just stop there. It's kind of a beast. So be on the lookout for this character if things do stay the same. If they don't, then that's a different story. But so far, Dialyn is shaping up to be someone that I kind of just cannot say no to with her current kit. Kind of can't say no to that, you know? So she's going to be pretty freaking good. It's not even going to be like she's for someone specifically. She's just going to be everywhere. She's going to have the same respect as someone like Asura or Yidhari. For the time being right this moment, but that can obviously change, right? You know, very soon. Dialyn's looking pretty freaking good. So, and as stunners go, it just depends on what they can offer for the team. You know, we've gotten a long way from just literally stunning the enemy. Now, when you stun the enemy, you got to do like 12 other different things. And yeah, for sure, Dialyn she's up there. So be on the lookout for her. Just know the premise of her kit is very good. Even if she does get nerfed, if they keep the premise of her kit, it'll be pretty good. So huge grain of salt, but if her kit does stick, keep an eye on your phone because she's calling. Then we have Banyue or Banyue West, Zenyatta, right? This guy is going to be freaking cool. Now, I haven't seen animations. I never want to look at animations. But he's going to be a DPS, he's going to be a Rupture, Fire DPS, and it does make me wonder what they're aiming for by putting him on the second half, and then after that's going to be 2.5 with assumingly Zhao and Shungguang. So I do wonder if that's like sort of the final push for Rupture agents maybe. I don't know what they're really aiming for, or if maybe Dialyn's going to be like the best case scenario for him. But essentially he is almost in the same slot as Monito as far as Fire Rupture. And yeah, I mean, we don't have most information on him right now as far as like, oh my god, he's super strong or he's not. So I'd say in terms of hype, he's up there in terms of his look, and especially after the whole Seed scenario where people saw the giant mech and were excited for that. Now you have Banyue, which is like a cyber lion sort of thing. So maybe that same hope that individuals had for Seed Senior can be put into Banyue, right? So maybe now people are looking at him in that same light and they're excited for him now. He's going to be pretty darn cool. I know he's going to have some great animations. I'm steering clear from seeing them in advance. I don't want to see them. I just keep on hearing that they are very, very cool looking. So look out for that. I just don't really know about the roles in this scenario. I just don't know what they're trying to do, especially right before a giant patch, which is going to be most likely 2.5. Speaking of 2.5, now this is way in advance and we have no info on this. We don't even know who's going to be first or second, but let's just say Zhao. For me personally, I'm excited for Zhao. Zhao is the most she looks like an abomination. I didn't expect her to be so pink. Her hands are humongous and she just looks crazy, but adorable at the same time. It's weird. It's very jarring, but I love that. Zhao is such a standout character for me, and I just don't know what she's going to be capable of, what she's going to do. The rumors are right now is that she's sort of like an ice DPS, but we have no real info on her yet. So we'll see. And it's going to be kind of unfortunate for Zhao because she very possibly will be right next to Shungguang, which everybody's looking at right now. So I don't really know what to think about that, but Either way, I'm definitely getting Zhao, because Zhao just looks freaking weird, but fascinating at the same time. But a little tiny bunny with a switch axe? Come on. Like, you know, she's part of the Krampus crew. She was helping us out big time in the story. So she has probably a lot of access to a lot of cool and expensive things, being sort of a part of Tops. So I'm looking forward to her, even if she does get brushed off between the hype of Shungguang. But then, in version 2.5, we'll also have Shungguang. Can I say they nailed that character? She has a little mini part in this quest line. As you probably saw in the trailer, she's there in the trailer a couple times. They really just nailed it. And obviously I talked about this before when it comes to the Hu Taos, the Sparkles, right? The brown hair, red-eyed characters. They always seem to stand out in the Hayo games. But this time they just did it again. I think her voice actor is Kachina from Genshin Impact. Christine McGuire, I want to say, but I'm not too sure. Just nailed it. The voice, the personality. She's, you know, so far she's like this. But we don't know if she's going to be an attack agent. We don't know if she's going to be a rupture agent. We don't know. We don't know. Things are looking like she's going to be physical, because at that time, based off the Shuyu buffs, it seems like a very physical time for that era. So we don't know if that's going to be because of Dialyn or if it's going to be because of Shungguang. But there is one little tidbit that came out about her, and she has to do with tag assist. If you're not familiar with tag assist in Zenless, they were in some of the Hollow Zero levels where you would hit basically the switch character button, and you would have the character jump out the blue and start attacking. So it's like a tag assist where you tag the person in, which is a little odd because then when you want to switch characters, you don't, because you're doing a tag assist. So there's already kind of some yuck about that news, but hopefully it'll be cool the way they actually put it in the game. So that's what we know so far. We just know a little crumb she has to do with tag assist. We don't know how that's gonna stick or not, but that's the little crumb we have about her so far. But there's not too much to say about her. It's just a discussion of, is she rupture? Is she attack? Will she be physical? Most likely. And where is she gonna be? Is she gonna be in the first half, the second half? How important is she going to be to the story? Do we have a Void Hunter in our near future? Grandmaster maybe, Grandmaster 2. We don't know, but obviously the hope is certainly there for Shungguang or Zhao Guang. It's just one of those Hayo specials. They know what they're doing, right? So with all that being said, who are you going for? Who are you the most excited for? Who are you pulling for? I've already heard people planning to M6 a few characters in the future. Some about Yidhari, some about Shungguang. So who is it? Who would you say you're excited for, or who are you trying to build a team around, I should say? Or are you all in on Shungguang? For me personally, Lucia, already pulled. She's great. Yidhari, that's a skip for me. Once again, I feel like if I worked at Hayoverse, that character was such an easy character to work on. They just grabbed an old beta character and just slapped her up there. That was it. So I just feel like she just doesn't really feel all that great to me. So that's a skip. Dialyn, I have to pull. There's just no saying no to that one. For now, at least. For now. Banyue, he's up in the air. He's kind of in between characters that I really want. So I don't really know about him yet. Depends on how cool his animations are and what he's going to serve for my account. And then we have Zhao and Shungguang. Yes, yes. So Lucia, yes. Yidhari, no. Dialyn, yes. Banyue, maybe. And then 2.5 is double yes. But who knows? Maybe somebody will be free. Maybe not. I don't know. But that'll be all for me. Hope you guys have the best luck on your pulls. And I will catch you guys in the next one.